Hildur and the Crow, a folktale from Iceland. Well, Hildur looked out her window. She saw a crow out there on a rock. She liked the looks of that crow, moving its head here and there, moving its head here and there. Oh, maybe they could be friends. So she got a little piece of bread, and she went to her window, and she called out, "Caw, caw!" The crow turned its head, and she put a little piece of bread on the windowsill, and then she moved back into the kitchen. And sure enough, the crow came flying, and it answered her, "Caw, caw!" and ate up the bread and flew away. "Caw!" "I like that crow," she said. And the next day, about the same time in the afternoon, she went and looked, and sure enough, the crow was there on the rock again. And she called out, well, first she got her bread, of course. She put it on the windowsill, and she called out, "Caw, caw!" And the bird turned its head, and it answered, "Caw, caw!" And she moved back into the kitchen, and the bird flew up on the windowsill and ate up that bread and flew away. "Caw!" And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, Hildur came with her piece of bread, called out to the crow, "Caw, caw!" And the crow called back, "Caw, caw!" Came and got the bread and flew away. "Caw!" Then one day, Hildur went to the window, had her bread, put it on the windowsill, called out, "Caw, caw!" And the crow was there, but it didn't fly over. It didn't answer at all. And she looked at the crow and she wondered, "Caw, caw!" But the bird didn't answer. So she took her bread and she went outside. And the crow stayed on the rock. And she went and sat on the rock next to the crow. And just then, there was a rumble up in the mountains above. Whoa! And the rock slide came rocks rolling down, big boulders, and crashed over the house. But there on the rock, Hildur was safe. Saved by the crow, perhaps. And that's the story.